All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We're playing more Metal Gear Solid 2. Continuing with the final thing for the 100%, the big boss run. Undoubtedly what will be one of the hardest parts of the run, but it is what it is. We'll manage, probably. Probably. Anyway, let me just get it open. I actually have to plug my controller in. Hold on now. Hold on. Oh, the game is open. Hello. Oh, I didn't even get a Windows noise. I expected it to notify everyone that I was plugging in my controller, but I guess not. Well, never mind then. Alright, MGS2. Big boss run it is. Here we go again. A stretch right at the start. I just sat down. Using a wired controller. Well, it's not like necessarily a wired controller. It's a normal controller. It has Bluetooth and everything. But I play with a wire because input latency and all that. And because I'm on PC. So, you know, my PC sits right next to me on the desk. It's not like the wire that, it's not like the wire is like an inconvenience or anything. Plus, it can't die when you're playing it wired. Think about it. Let's try this again. This gigantic stretch of the big boss run. If you thought the tanker was bad, doing the entire tanker flawlessly without saving, you have not seen me doing this opening section of the plant. You sneaky man, Raven's Nest is your channel? I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. People think we sound alike. I don't know why. I don't hear it. I don't hear it. A lot of people draw comparisons with the name too. But as the Raven's Nest guy has stated in the videos before, his name is Cole. My name is Chol. Clearly they're different. Clearly.
Good.
I feel like I'm going insane. I can't find that channel. You have to search like Raven's Nest AC in YouTube when you're looking for it. Because YouTube prioritizes the handle over like the channel name.
I'm under enemy fire.
And especially for newer channels that aren't like deeply embedded in search yet, you have to search with the handle rather than the channel's like name. Via Google. Oh, is that how you found it? I found a channel named Raven's Nest, and it's definitely not you. The guy's been around for a decade, I think. Oh. See, chat? Obviously not me. Obviously.
Who's that? It's the oven. I need help.
Oh. It was so clean, too. God damn it. I just ran out a little bit early. Want to hear something wild? A friend of mine came out as gay. It's obviously fine. Slight hitch. He has a wife and 2 kids. That would be a slight hitch. That would be. So like gay or like bi? I'm assuming because you said gay, you mean like gay, like he's not attracted to women gay. And he's just closeted, I guess, up to this point, closeted to the point of marrying a woman and having children and everything. Which, Jesus Christ. Been with her for 10 years. Oh my God. The texture
isn't far removed from rubber, but
I can't imagine, like genuinely. I can't imagine spending that much time with someone who you aren't attracted to and like building a life with them like that just for like image sake. It must be like mentally that has to be brutal, right? This looks like a Friends episode. Does it? I haven't seen that much Friends. I've seen like a few episodes, but I never like watched Friends, you know? Never properly watched it. But I've seen it. It's not the first time I've heard a story like this either, but just every time I'm like, oh my God, that must be just brutal.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the
Les and Choles terrible. Heard the news that Ligma might become an actual disease. Oh God. What do you mean? Happened recently with a famous British TV presenter also. What's going on in the UK right now?
Who's there?
Please.
Enemy sight. Requesting backup.
Okay, we're good. Still can't find it. Try typing it as one word in YouTube. Without the apostrophe. I'm trying to think of how handles work on YouTube. Dude's got to get his channel in the search engine, apparently. Jesus Christ. Some guy with cancer has a new form and it needs a new name. And someone proposed Ligma. Someone was like, a new form of cancer? I've got a name for it. Ligma. Cancer 2. They finally dropped Cancer 2. The person who has the rare disease gets to choose the name. No fucking way. And so this guy, hold on. This fucking guy with a new form of cancer. They're like, hey, you've got this super rare thing, and guess what? You get to name it. He's like, oh yeah, I got it, Ligma. He just wants to tell everyone to lick his balls. That's all he wants. It's like, well, if I have this rare, super rare mega cancer, I might as well legally be allowed to tell everyone to lick my balls. I think it's only fair.
Jack?
No, I don't want to know what day tomorrow is. Thank you. Nope. Me searching YouTube for Chol. Blonde guy who loves MILFs and plays Metal Gear. See, I'm still blonde. enough despite the lack of sunlight. People still think of me as blonde. Some people. The profile picture actually might help. I just realized. Imagine a doctor saying you have ligma and he's dead serious. Someone else gets it down the line and the doctor is not even fucking with you. He's just like, you want to be sitting down for this one. Now, I hate to break it to you, but it appears you have ligma. He tries to tell you with a straight face. Raven's Nest AC should work. Did you find it with that? Dead serious? Yeah. He's completely serious. You have ligma. Am I hidden? Good. I was like, is my arm poking out? Am I gonna fuck this up? Just because I was a little off. Was I shooting this one? I think I was. Because I know I wasn't using chaff for it, so I must have been shooting it. This room was easy. Check this out. We go straight through. Ready? Diffuse bomb. Boom. Run straight out. And if you're nice and quick, you just bang, bang, boom. Done. Done. Just like that. Uh-oh. Raiden? He just wouldn't get up. He just wouldn't get up. That is so unfortunate. Bruh, yeah. That was, we're warming back up. And I maybe could have managed there. But... yeah. Metal Gear not rising? Bro, Raiden was not rising. He was not. It was very true.
The tech.
He decided he was just done. He just wanted to stay down. All right, this time, right? Assuming I get the elevator. The elevator can be a little finicky because the timing is very specific. But I think it's fine. Well, the timing is specific to do it quickly the way that I'm doing it. I'm sure if I slowed it down, there could be a more consistent way. But the timing is very tight the way that I've been doing it. Trying to just like speed run straight through this room. And honestly, it might be one of those things where because I'm trying to do it faster, I end up doing it slower because it takes more attempts. It might be one of those. I'm not worried about it though. What I'm worried about is that at the end of this big boss run, whenever I get there, it doesn't matter how long it takes for me to get there, that like total time played better be below 3 hours. Because I'm not doing this a second time, I swear to God. If it takes me more streams to do it once, that's fine, as long as I don't have to do it twice. I'm totally cool with that trade-off. Shit. That's not good.
I need help.
Getting shot. 3 hours and 1 second. You know it will be. You know it will be.
First.
Don't you want to check a guide then? What's the guide gonna tell me? Go faster? I say that, but like MGS2 is very linear. So it's not like a routing issue or anything. It's just gotta go fast. Just gotta do it fast. I'll tell you the route. There is no routing. It's a linear game. Like at any given moment, you're just doing one thing. Does the time take into account cutscenes and codecs? Yes, I think. I believe so. I'm not 100% on that, but I think it does. Go. The whole setup at the very start is like the worst part every time. Pretty much this whole bit until I'm past this codec on every startup, where I'm literally just like pressing a couple buttons, skipping. Pressing a couple buttons, skipping. I was saying the other day when we were doing this that I really wish that I had waited and saved after all of the initial like dialogue dump here.
I'm under enemy fire.
Because
Secure
fuck.
the perimeter. Who is that? It's the enemy.
Well then. That's a new one. That's the exact same spot I've been sitting in. What changed that time? I can just sit in the other corner, but like I've used that corner every fucking time. So I don't know why on that run I just randomly got spotted. Doom the Dark Ages second trailer will be released in WrestleMania. Why WrestleMania? Why are we suspecting WrestleMania? Man, that shit's about to come out. Chat, what's the over-under on Oblivion Shadow drop in the next week? What do we think? I was not a believer, but now that I've actually seen that the game exists on the developer's website, I'm a believer in the game existing. I still don't know if it's coming out next week, the way that leaks have been saying for a while, but I didn't think the game existed in the first place, but now clearly the game exists. So that like week of the 21st release window that we've been hearing about forever for this shadow drop, it might just happen. It really might. I'm kind of just sitting on standby. I'm like, am I playing Oblivion next week? Is that a thing that's happening?
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
There's a physical version, and that needs time to be put into circulation, but it will definitely be revealed next week. Is it any good, though? We have no fucking idea. They haven't officially even revealed the game. Oh, fuck my ass. Jesus Christ. Okay. We go again. You know what else exists? Fallout 3 remastered? No. You've lost me. Nope. You've lost me again. Instead of walking to get his attention, why not knock on the wall? No particular reason. Just walking works. That's how I've been doing it. No reason outside of that. The deluxe physical version comes with horse armor. I've seen the box shots. I fucking love that horse armor is going to come back. Oh my god. After this room, how long until the next save point? Long. We're doing the entirety of the bomb disposal sequence before saving again. Oops. But honestly, this room is like the biggest crapshoot out of this entire run. Thankfully, it's right at the beginning in that sense. But there are no other rooms with timing this specific or like anything that's luck-based. Everything else from this point on is pretty easy. Why not hide the unconscious bodies in the lockers? Time save. We have a 3-hour time limit for the whole game. So just anywhere that we can save a little time and ensure that we only have to do this once, we're doing it.
Right.
Because dragging bodies would take like a minute. Like literally, it would take like 60 seconds.
Secure the perimeter.
And that's a long time in a run where I only have 3 hours for the whole game. Especially when the Ray fight alone is like 20 minutes long. No, it's just extreme. There's no reason to do EU extreme over just standard extreme. Like there's genuinely no benefit to doing it on the higher difficulty or anything.
First, get.
Why not choke out the guy in the bottom corner? Time save, and it's weirdly inconsistent because of the window after he gets up where he can be damaged. We tried to do it a little bit, but like half the time that I went for it, he would hit me before I could hit him. Because he can't be damaged until it's possible for him to alert. Like, you can't even hit him for the stun. But then, if you don't hit him the literal instant that he becomes vulnerable, he can just immediately kick you and raise the alert while you're on the ground. I tried it a good bit, and we gave up on it, because it's just horse shit. It's just a crapshoot. The timing's too specific on that. That's coming from the guy who's doing the elevator strat that he is. But like once I get to this point, we're kind of cruising, at least for a while. I'm still getting warmed up, but
What a.
He's my least favorite developer. I have no idea. Probably
Jack,
like
Jack.
Telltale? Maybe? I don't really know. Because, like, if it's a developer that I don't like, I just don't play their stuff. I don't really, like, dwell on it. Used to be peak before they took every license they could get their hands on. I've only ever really liked one Telltale game that I played, and it was Wolf Among Us. And that was like their one original property, right? Like that was the one game that they actually just... Wait, no, wasn't it like a comic or something? Like I think of it as being their property, but wasn't it based on like a... The game crashed. Thank you, Master Collection. Fuck's sake. Did it just crash again?
Nanomachine, son.
It absolutely... Oh. Don't shut down Windows. Oh no, it didn't crash. Okay. Don't shut down Windows, please. Telltale Peak was Tales from the Borderlands. I actually haven't played that because by that point I already was like, yeah, I don't like Telltale stuff. So I didn't ever touch it, despite being such a big Borderlands fan.
I'm gonna piss in your mouth.
Don't do that. I'm not into that. I do not consent.
The tech.
Yeah, they did have a Game of Thrones game. But yeah, the only one I really liked was Wolf Among Us. I played the first couple Walking Dead games, and I was like, Gotta go fast through all the skipping. It really is a shame that I didn't save like a minute later.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
I could try knocking. I don't think it's really gonna make any meaningful difference. Oh, wouldn't knocking be... Oh, I don't know if I want to knock. Because the guy on the right is gonna move towards it too. And unless he goes up and around, that's gonna be a shit show, I think. Oh, did it only bring him? Oh, yeah, knocking is not what I want to do at all. Okay. Because we're not trying to distract this guy with the walking. We're trying to get the guy who's up in the back to come down. That guy who's up there, we're trying to get him to go down. So yeah, that's why I'm not knocking. I hadn't tried it, but now I know. The walking is the way.
First.
What's the deal with your stream thumbnails? Why are you screaming? It's just a funny screenshot. It was from a stream of mine. Friend of the show, Owen, actually grabbed it because he was watching my stream by pure coincidence and saw me make that face. It actually was it was more like a wail of despair. After I died like 2 rounds before getting the new record for Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Mob of the Dead, no Juggernog high rounds. It was more like a wail of despair. Because I had been trying for that record for a few days, and then I died like 2 rounds before getting it. Like, I died the round before the current record, and 2 rounds later, I would have beaten the record. So, it was more like that. I don't want to start any games because Oblivion might be out next week. I have been playing PoE 2 again because that emergency patch they did for the new league has made it feel much better. But now, is it Last or Lost Epoch? I always say the wrong one. Last Epoch, Last. It's Last Epoch. That's it. They just dropped like the season 2 for that game, and that game was pretty good when I played season 1 of it. I liked it. It's another ARPG. You know, I'm a bit of a fan. I really liked season 1 of that game, but I thought it had like some improvements that needed to be made, some stuff that still needed to be worked on more. And apparently season 2, everyone is saying is like amazing. There are even some whispers from like PoE players saying that it's better than PoE 2 now. But PoE 2 has rubbed a lot of people the long way, or the long way. I wish it would rub me the long way. The wrong way, because the new league was so overtuned that everyone's hardcore characters were dying. Like, top players in the game just could not keep a character alive at the start of this league. Literal, like, top 10 in the world kind of players could not stay alive. It was awful. So a lot of PoE 2 like refugees, because this new patch has been so brutally difficult, have moved over to that and been like, yep, this I can actually play. I like this. The updates are good. This might be my new like go-to ARPG. And I'm sort of sitting here like, I'm liking PoE 2 since the last like hotfix that they just dropped. But I'm never saying no to what could potentially be my new favorite ARPG. You know, more ARPGs to enjoy is a good thing for me. I fucking love that genre. This room's easy, but we have to go pretty fast. Hold on. I was about to start reading chat, but not yet. Not until we're out of here. It only works like that if you really do just zoom straight through it, because the guy patrolling around will catch you if you don't. People like Elon, yes, obviously. That's why he died like 4 times in the span of an hour on stream again lately. Couldn't get a character past like level 6. That's why. It's the patch. It's not Elon. Obviously. It's actually, it's both. To take all the shit posting out of it, it's absolutely a combination of the patch and Elon being dog shit at the game. It is absolutely both. We gotta go fast. Remember Elon said he wants to start a game development studio with AI? Yeah. Could you imagine the slop that would turn out? Not even like anything against Elon, just anyone Could you imagine a studio like genuinely being formed around the premise of AI generated video games, just like entirely? It doesn't matter who's at the helm of that. Could you imagine the unbearable slop getting churned out by that studio? You think that like modern Activision EA games feel like slop to you, repetitive slop? Man, wait until the AI generated studios pop up. You just wait. It gets so much worse if we go down that route. Because then it will just be like Activision and EA games, but even worse because there aren't even actual people making it. It'll be the same shit, but worse. Oh, fuck me sideways. This is recoverable. Oh, I wasn't fast enough. Shit. Wasn't there an AI game demo? Yeah, Microsoft has one, and it's not great. It's really, like, it's kind of cool for what it is. Like, it's one of those things where you go in and you're like, okay, this is an AI literally just pulling a game out of its ass, right? And it's not terrible with that, like, considered. But if that were an actual retail video game that you were, like, paying money to play, it would be dog shit. Like, it would actually be the worst, right? So it's kind of iffy in that one. I did check it out because I was curious. I hate that Microsoft is going down that route. I really do. But thankfully, it wasn't any good. So I'm not too worried. Obviously far, far away from being ready. Yeah, it's not even close. Every time we get to blasting Elon, you get distracted. I'm sorry, he played PoE on stream again. I can't help myself. It's like I forget about it. I'm over it. I don't really care about him anymore. And then he has to go and play PoE on stream again. And brag about how good he is at the game while dying to the tutorial boss in hardcore. And I have to talk about it again, because how could I not? The Elon choke. What's the hardest thing to do 100%? What we're doing right now is the big boss run, and that's definitely the hardest thing so far. I saved it for last, and I kind of wish that I didn't, because it is so brutal.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
I used to think he was a genuinely cool guy in like 2021. I used to think he was a cool guy until like, I want to say early 2022 was about when I was like, you know, a lot of what this guy says feels like he's kind of just talking out of his ass. And then just once you have that initial suspicion and you just keep listening to him, the more that you're like, oh, yeah. There's a guy here when we're shitting on Elon. Yeah. What's the new?
Colonel.
No alarm. Yeah, you can't set off the alarm. Guards can see you. It's not like you've instantly failed if you're seen. But if an actual alert goes off and you like hear the blaring alarm, that's a full alert and that's where you failed. But there's like a 2-second window after a guard sees you before the alert goes off. Where you can recover it if you're really quick and you do it right. But on extreme, the window is really short. He shares too many opinions and thoughts with the public. Honestly, you might not be wrong. It might be one of those things where, like, if he just didn't talk so much about random shit that has nothing to do with his business publicly, he probably would have a more positive reputation. You're probably not. Granted, the same could almost definitely be said about me. I come on to stream, I talk about how Oblivion is my least favorite Elder Scrolls game, and everyone thinks less of me for it afterwards. So you could almost definitely say the same thing about me, to be fair. I bought Dark Souls 3 because I got pressured into buying it. Still haven't gotten past the first boss. I have only ever played up to like a little bit past the tutorial boss in Dark Souls 3 because I bought it and I played it a bit and I was like, you know, I don't mind this, but like it's not as good as Dark Souls 1. I had also just played Dark Souls 2 before going into Dark Souls 3. So I was like kind of burned out at that point because I was playing them all back to back to back at that time anyway. And I was just kind of like, yeah, I think I just need a break from Dark Souls in general. This isn't great. I'm just gonna take a break. And I haven't gone back yet to this day. I plan on doing it soon. Either that or Sekiro I want to do soon, like this year kind of soon. I don't know which one. But I want to fit one of those into this year. And I want to play through one or the other, at least.
There's no need.
Both would be good, but just knowing the way that I schedule things for myself, I'm going to be more conservative in my planning and be like, I should get one new Souls game under my belt this year. Of like the 3 that I still haven't played, I should get one of them done. That would be nice. Yeah, getting dog tags can be hard. I did it with a big checklist spreadsheet thing with all the info on where each of them are and like spawn conditions and all that. So it wasn't like hard for me. I didn't have to ever like reload a save because I missed one or anything, but it was very time consuming. Like painfully time consuming to do all the dog tags. But thankfully, doing the dog tags means that I do now know the game like inside and out prior to doing the big boss run. Playing through the game 10 times for dog tags has that benefit at least. I learned how to quickly play through the game. Twitch ads. The classic. TLDR, I said, the dog tags, if you have like a list that help you with like locations and tracking and all that, spawn conditions, whatever. Dog tags aren't hard, they're just time consuming. But they do at least have the benefit of, since I had to play through the game like 10 times for them, I now know the game very well for the big boss run. And the big boss run is still kicking my ass. Can't wait to see you do the Soulsborne God Run 3. What do you mean? People love my Souls playthroughs. They scream at me constantly because they're just enjoying them so much. Like my Elden Ring playthroughs. To be fair, Elden Ring, I don't know Elden Ring like that. I know a little bit about my Elden Ring, but I don't know it like I know like Demon Souls or Dark Souls 1. Never stream a Souls game. It's terrible. I enjoy it because I don't mind just telling people that I'm not doing that. I'm a stubborn bitch. But what's it? A lot of people do hate streaming Souls games because of the backseating. It's the backseating that it's so notorious for. Is it true that if I have YouTube Premium, I'll be able to support you and other creators more? It is true that YouTube Premium pays more to creators, like, per view than watching ads otherwise would. If that's what you're referring to, like, if that's what you've heard. We do make more money off of viewers who have YouTube Premium than those that don't. That is true. YouTube pays us more for premium viewership than it does for non-premium viewership. Twitch Turbo is the same. You know, that subscription that no one even knows that Twitch has? Turbo. But it is the same on Twitch if you have Turbo. Turbo viewers pay more than non-Turbo viewers.
Nothing here. Who's there? There's somebody there.
My God. Okay. That weirdly worked out. That was sketchy, but I made it work. Cat Keeper, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. It's time to go. Ride and go. Okay, that timing was really good. Huge. All right, don't let me forget about the guy with the binoculars. Both here and on the bridge going into Strut D as well. There's another one. Sweet. There we go. Oop. My God.
Colonel.
You need to watch multiple channels for Turbo to be worth it. That's true, because Twitch has the no, like, ads benefit on subs anyway. So you need to watch a lot of Twitch on a lot of different channels for Turbo to be worthwhile. Which I think is why Twitch Turbo is a lot less successful than YouTube, because Twitch, as a platform, isn't really built for that the way that YouTube is. Like, YouTube, you watch all sorts of shit from really just whoever on any given day, whereas Twitch is more like you find a couple communities that you get real into. That's about the extent of what you watch. I don't like this. This is sketchy as fuck. I forget that the guy in here will whip out the binoculars there. That was my mistake. It's been like a week since we last played MGS2 and practiced all this. So it's kind of coming back to me as I'm doing it. I managed to salvage it a little bit. We lost some time, but like that's fine. I saved so much time early in the run here, the way that I've been doing it, that I can afford a couple of these hiccups. I can't see shit there. Okay, the guy that's going up the stairs should not be a problem. Uh-oh. Comes around. Yeah, he does come around that way. Oops. Works. Ah, the bitch from the stairs. No. He's gonna go down in like a second. Yeah. Oh. No way. I could see better. Oh, they're gonna send more guys.
What's going on? Respond. Communications with Sradi have ceased. Carry out an investigation immediately.
What did they just, Are they coming over here? Did they see him? No way.
Nothing here.
I'd stick my finger in that.
And what? Turns out the in-game FPS limiter was limiting it to like 10 FPS for some godforsaken reason. Yeah, in-game frame limiters can be a little weird with that. I actually just had one where I have been playing Black Ops 1 Zombies with my girlfriend from time to time. And for some reason, this didn't happen when I streamed Black Ops 1, like not too long ago. But I was having a thing where, like, damn it. I can't do it from like that, at least, from that spot. I was having this issue with my BO1 where, my FPS would, like, randomly dip to 30 for a few seconds at a time, and then go back to 60. And it would do that, like, you know, every 30 seconds or so. So it was really obnoxious. And I tried just turning off the VSync in game. Fixed it right away. That was just it. The VSync was... He fucking woke up. Stupid bitch. Try that again, I dare you. Stay asleep this time. Son of a bitch. That's my bomb. Imagine waking up. Truly. What a fucking bitch. The box is actually huge in there. Just because I can stay behind cover while moving. It's huge. Similar to using it in the fortune fight. Just keeps me low. Which is a good thing. Secret benefit of the box. Alright, where's the other guy? Oh, it's further in. In box we trust, truly. Sometimes you just need to use the box. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I wanted to see where he was before I ran back out. Oops. Honestly, if I use the box on the way out, like going back through the parcel room, we should be good. Is this PB? No, we've made it out to the DE connecting bridge and then gotten spotted by the binoculars guy out there. The camera was what did it once before. Fuck. The box would work. If it weren't for the camera, the box would work. He would not be able to set off the alert in time. The camera. Son of a bitch. DE connecting bridge. Got it. Yeah, that's the, what's it? Sorry, a text that I had to respond to. That's the spot. Back to the start. It's okay. We're pretty consistent on everything past the elevator. And the elevator's right at the start of every attempt.
The texture is...
And I have like a 50% success rate on the elevator. 50-ish. Back to formula. So honestly, what I realized during that Strut E-run too is there's really only one guy I have to trank. The reset is real. I set the limit to 60 when I first tried it, because that's my laptop's refresh rate, and it forced me down to the 40s even at the lowest settings, which are ugly as fuck. Yeah, in-game frame limiters can be odd. a lot of the time. Whenever I'm having like weird frame rate issues that I don't think I should be having, I always try to turn those off. Because I'm the kind of guy who, like, I mean, sure, my game could, like, if I'm playing an old game, say I'm playing, like, I don't know, Unreal Tournament 2004. I could let the game run at, like, 200 FPS plus, but there's really no reason to be maxing my GPU playing Unreal Tournament. So I limit it, because it's silly to be using all of my GPU's horsepower on a game that doesn't need it, right? It's silly to put extra wear on the components for no reason. Ah, shit.
It's the others. I need help.
Fuck. So I do the same thing, where like I limit my frame rate almost always, purely just because there's no reason. What game has ruined your taste in a genre because it was too good? I don't know if I've like had something like that. I really don't. I don't feel like I've ever had one game that's just so good that I can't play anything else in the same genre. The only thing that could maybe come close would be like RuneScape, old school RuneScape. But it's just because I don't like MMOs, and RuneScape for some reason is just the one that I've always enjoyed, like since I was a kid. But even then, it's not because RuneScape is just so good that every other MMO is ruined for me. It's just, I'm not an MMO fan. I don't like MMOs typically. And it's not from lack of trying. Like, I've played WoW. I've played Final Fantasy 14, Black Desert. I've played a lot of MMOs. It's just, none of them click with me. I don't like the genre other than RuneScape. But I don't think it's because RuneScape is that good that it ruined the rest, but like, it's just, I don't like the genre. And RuneScape is an exception. It's like you keep comparing it to that game. I mean, there's always like a gold standard kind of game in every genre. Where like, you know, I compare every immersive sim to System Shock 2. I compare every fighting game to Tekken. I compare every ARPG to Path of Exile, or if not Path of Exile, to Diablo 2. Like, I feel like every genre has that. I compare every, like, horde mode in a shooter to COD Zombies. I feel like every genre just has one of those, where it's like, this is the king. Nothing ever did it better. So everything else gets compared to it. I've done that once before, and I hate that it happened again. You like driving games? Not historically. Also not from lack of trying them. I've just never been into racing games. What's it? I've played Need for Speed. I've played Forza. Never played Gran Turismo. I've played Burnout. I'm not a racing game fan. At least not yet. There are still some that I want to try, like Gran Turismo and Ridge Racer, that I'm kind of curious about, but I'm not expecting to enjoy them. Played BeamNG? No, but I have a lot of buddies who are really into it, and I've watched them play it, and I know I wouldn't be into it. I probably also won't be into like Ridge Racer or Gran Turismo, to be honest, but it's sort of like, yeah, I want to at least try it, turn-based strategy RPG. The turn-based thing is kind of iffy for me. Because it's not that I hate turn-based systems, but I hate boring-ass turn-based systems. Like Pokemon bores me to fucking tears. I can't play it. It's weird because I liked Pokemon when I was a kid, but like as an adult, even as a teenager, trying to go back and play it, I've just been like, oh my god, this is so fucking boring.
Right.
Final Fantasy, like the old Final Fantasy format with turn-based. I don't like the combat really at all. I think it's pretty boring, but I think the overall game outside of the combat was good enough to make up for it. I enjoyed Final Fantasy enough despite that. But I did think Final Fantasy's combat was really boring. Persona? I've never played Persona. But it's not that I don't like turn-based games in general, because like I fucking love Baldur's Gate. I fucking love XCOM. Oh my god, it happened again. Twice in a row. Okay, I can recover this one at the very least. The other guy turned around. I don't think Persona or SMT would do it for me. They might. I have them on the list, but I'm pretty sure they're going to fall in the category of I don't like this combat. I like really deep turn-based systems, but if it's pretty straightforward, like just like attack or ability options and just going back and forth and that's kind of it. It doesn't do it for me. But there was a Persona spin-off that had like some movement and positioning stuff that I remember seeing, and I feel like that might weirdly be better for me. Like Metal Gear Acid. I liked Metal Gear Acid. I liked the Acid games. Those are turn-based too. I can't believe I didn't think of that. I'm streaming Metal Gear. Might have a rough time with Yakuza 7. Yeah, I've had that feeling for like pretty much since before I started the Yakuza games. I've kind of been worried about the turn-based ones because I looked at them a little bit and I'm like, this is the kind of turn-based that I normally dislike. The length is what will get you. Yeah, with any turn-based RPG too, I think. Part of it is like the combat is fine. Like when I played Final Fantasy 1, right? The combat didn't bother me so much because the rest of the game outside of the combat was great. And the game, even on like a very thorough first playthrough where I did almost all of the side content and everything, it was like 20 hours long.
Right.
For a near 100% playthrough, I think I missed like 2 achievements and that's it.
Secure the perimeter.
And I wasn't intentionally 100%ing, just the way that I played it, it was very thorough. But for really long games like Persona or like the turn-based Yakuza games, if I have to do that combat too many times, like if I have to spend too much time doing it over the course of a full playthrough, chances are it will get to me more. Is kind of the best way of putting it. Oh my god, I'm past the elevator. Holy shit. That took way too many resets.
First.
But Super Mario RPG? I haven't played it. I like Paper Mario. 1,000 Year Door and Super Paper Mario were both really good. But I haven't played Super Mario RPG. Wait for it. You guys can't see it. I always am watching like the very tip of the barrel of his gun under my camera. Like I can see when he turns around, even though you guys can't. It's not just godly timing.
What a...
Thinking about it now, though, I think part of why I liked the Acid games as well, to be fair, is the card system.
Jack, do you...
The cards add more variety to it, just in the sense of like every single time that I go to take a turn, the options available to me are slightly different depending on what cards are in my hand at that time. So I kind of constantly have to think in like different ways every single time I'm about to do something. I think that goes a long way with turn-based too. A system where you have to think differently every single turn, like about how you approach it, goes such a long way, like XCOM. Just how quickly everything goes to shit if you're not really on top of your planning and execution in XCOM. That really adds a lot to those games.
There's no... Let's see.
Those games are fucking brutal. Like even the reboots, they are so hard. Granted, the reboots are really hard if you play them like on the modes that are meant to make them feel in line with classic XCOM, which in my opinion is the way to play them. Like they literally have classic difficulty, which is above normal difficulty, and it's just meant to emulate those like early 90s XCOM games in terms of how hard they are. And then you also enable the Iron Man mode, which prevents you from loading your saves like mid gameplay. It makes everything permadeath, and I think it drops a new save every time that like a unit of yours dies or something, is also something that it does. Like it enables autosave where every time something meaningful happens that players might otherwise exit out and load back in to like save scum it, it autosaves over your save file to make sure that you can't do that. If you play it like that, which is the way that the developers of the reboots even say is like the intended way, granted once you're used to how to play the game and everything, man, those games are still fucking ball busting. But like in a good way, in a way that like once you do learn the game and you start to make it work, it's so rewarding. I love XCOM, which is weird because I'm normally not a huge strategy game guy, but like XCOM is the shit. That's so good. I'm also a bit of a sucker for a hardcore mode, to be fair. I like a good challenge mode. That makes me really learn how to play the game. I love that shit. I kind of live for it. Starting on the 24th now, no price change. Well, don't say no price change. Don't fall for their propaganda. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but also, yes, in the US and Canada, they have announced pre-orders are starting on the 24th, and the console will not be getting upcharged. It will be $450/$500. However, comma, they also stated right after that Nintendo Switch 2 accessories will still be subject to price changes. Accessories will be $5 more. Where's the $5 coming from? Because when I was reading it this morning, we didn't have specifics on the price changes. They just said prices will be different. That's all they had said this morning. So unless some source got that, I want to know where that's coming from. Because I saw that and I was like, oh, you cheeky bastards. Oh shit, I slipped off the wall trying to readjust. I hate this game. I hate it so much. $95? I didn't see that either. I wouldn't put too much faith in that figure either. GameStop posted all the accessory prices. Oh. Did they actually? Really? It's seriously, GameStop has the listings up and it's $95 for a pair of Joy-Cons? But yeah, I saw that this morning and I was like, dude. What? They're just, this is like such a marketing play to try to, I guess, like sidestep around the outrage over the pricing for the system. They're like, okay, actually, you guys, we're not going to increase the price of the system. But also maybe the accessories will be a little different. But we're not going to change the price of the system, you guys. We're not. We're not going to. They mix the Pro Controller and the normal ones. Even then, why the fuck would the Pro Controller be $95? How much is a Nintendo Switch Pro Controller? $85? That's fucking robbery. What? 85 bucks?
Enemy fire! Secure the perimeter!
Are you serious? I've never even looked into buying an official, like, Switch Pro controller because things like 8BitDo exist, right? Why would I? But holy fuck. This is bad comedy.
Who's there?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Who's there? Who is that? Enemy sight. Requesting backup.
I'm getting better with the timing on the elevator. I'm getting it.
First.
90 euros for a Pro controller over here. Fuck my life. Bro, just buy an 8BitDo. Or if not an 8BitDo, get like a Gully Kit King Kong 2. Those are 60 for literally a Pro controller that also has Hall effect sticks and has compatibility with other consoles and PC as well, and natively works with the Switch. Like literally just it's built to, like, you know, make the Switch think it's an official Pro controller. So it connects directly to your Switch just fine. Just get a King Kong 2. Don't fucking buy Nintendo's horse shit. I meant to say horse shit, but I kind of skipped one of the S's. It came out horse shit. I'm feeling mean enough today. I'll stick with horse shit. It was a misspeak, but I think the harshness is justified. In this situation, I will stand by it. The strap is 14? The strap is $14? We're talking dollars?
Jack.
Switch 2 Pro controller is 75 pounds in the UK. Fucking shit, dude. Charging money for the strap is insane. That is... But you guys, they're not increasing the price of the system. You got, come on. They're not charging you more for the system. Come on. Come on. You guys, they're being generous here, okay? They're being so generous here. Me, when I'm a Nintendo fan on Twitter. Oh, Mr. Nintendo, you taste so good.
There's
Not that, just use the old ones broken. I forgot about Doug Bowser saying, yeah, if the Switch 2 is too expensive, then you have the Switch 1. Which is crazy. I mean, it's not any crazier than Don Matrick saying that about the Xbox One like 12 years ago. But remember how that went? Any of my gamers in chat who were around for the Xbox One's release? Anyone remember how that went for them? Jesus Christ. It surely was just a question that for whatever reason he was not prepared to answer. And that's just the best thing that he pulled out, like, in the moment. But the fact that it is exactly what they said about the Xbox One back then, and that went so terribly for Microsoft back then. Because it's like a repeat of the whole situation, right? Like, console comes out, console is revealed, people aren't happy about it. You know, people are calling out the features, the pricing, whatever. Figurehead for said system is like, well, if you think it's too expensive, just stick to the old one. It genuinely, it's the same situation repeating. The Netflix machine shooting itself on the foot, glorious times, yeah. $35 for the AC adapter? Chat, remember way before we even got the Switch 2 reveal? When I said all the time, like I said it so many times because I so strongly believed it. I said that regardless of what the Switch 2 is in terms of hardware, what games it has, it doesn't matter. The big make or break for the Switch 2's success will be pricing. Remember when I said that? Like 50 fucking times over the last year? That aged really poorly. Like, incredibly poorly. But it says Nintendo on the AC adapter. You're right. You're right. Carrying case is $85? Oh my god. 85 for the case? Doc set is 120. Jesus. But you guys, the system is still $450, okay? Only $450 for your Nintendo Switch Pro. It is only a 50% price increase over the previous system. So, it's totally fair, totally justified. I feel like this could be another Wii U generation for Nintendo. I'm really curious to see how it goes. Because I don't even think that the product, like with the Wii U, I would say that the Wii U disaster was a combination of the system being bad and the marketing being awful. I don't think one or the other totally killed the Wii U. I think it was both of them together. I think that the Switch 2 is a perfectly fine product, but just the whole pricing situation could very well destroy this generation of success for Nintendo. It's clearly a proper generational leap. I don't agree all that strongly. I was with that way of looking at it, because I was like, oh, well, it can run Cyberpunk. Like even if it runs Cyberpunk at like 30 FPS, it can run Cyberpunk, right? We now have some more, you know, hands-on stuff with the Cyberpunk Switch 2 port. It does not hold even at 30 all that well, which is concerning, right? And the thing is, the Switch 1 locked Doom Eternal at 30, which is no small deal, like at all. Like, that's pretty substantial that it could do that. So jumping from like the Switch 1 can hold performance on Doom Eternal really well to Switch 2 can kind of run Cyberpunk sometimes is not the biggest leap in like the most impressive things the system can do. It is like the hardware is in a step up, but I don't think it's like a generational increase is what I'm saying. I'm not denying that it's an improvement because it certainly is. I don't think it's as big as like the jump from the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One or, you know, that sort of thing, right? Oh my god, I barely got that. I don't know why the guy was up top instead of down below. I don't know what happened there to where there was an extra guy up top
Jack.
when he was supposed to be down there. Like, I was looking for him, he just wasn't there. That was sketchy as fuck, but we managed somehow. No! Oh, no alarm! Oh my god, that was so close because the drones are like instant alert after you hear the sound. Holy shit. Wasn't the PSP really bad? No. The PSP, well, I mean, like, in terms of performance of the system, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. The PSP was basically like a handheld PS2 that came out, what, like 5 or was it 6 years after the PS2? Was it 5 or, I think, I was gonna say 5, I think it was 6.
Dispatching reinforcements to Stradi. Exercise extreme caution.
Oh, it came out a year before PS3? Oh. Yeah, so 4 years after the PS2. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Oh, look at that. I haven't seen that before with the box. The wall coming through just because of like positioning. Hello? Shit. If I could have gotten that, that would have been cheeky as fuck. Yeah, the PSP had a terrible C-stick. Just the worst. Truly. I cannot deny that whatsoever. A lot of PSP games that required like very fine like movement control, like, yeah, just very, I guess, precise movement to like do more difficult stuff in the game would be like unnecessarily difficult on the PSP just because that C-stick was so dog shit. But it was still like, there were so many great games on it. For the time it came out, the power on that system was very impressive. And I mean, they were making PSP games for a very long time, right? Like, when did the Vita come out? English grammar. No. Yes. Salvaged it. Let's go. Still can't believe how they fumbled with the Vita. Yeah. Yeah. The Vita was a very unfortunate follow-up to the PSP. Yeah, until like 2011, they were still making PSP games. Why did the PSP and the Vita fail? The PSP didn't fail. The PSP was successful. The Vita failed. Not because the system itself was bad, but it wasn't a significant enough step up from the PSP, and the marketing was bad as well. Like, there just wasn't enough of a big marketing push behind it. So Sony ended up abandoning the Vita pretty quick. Much like a certain system that ends with a U. That might be slightly on topic for, you know, today. Yeah, and it was missing a lot of like the big games that made the PSP successful, like Monster Hunter, Kingdom Hearts, Metal Gear, to a lesser extent, but definitely like Portable Ops and Peace Walker sold a lot of copies back in the day. And now we have the Portal. Hey, don't you guys love the PlayStation Portal? Armored Core? No. I'm not delusional enough to think that Formula Front was a massive factor for the PSP's success. I'm delusional, but not that delusional. The camera being destroyed carries over, right? Yes. All right, the guy with the binoculars behind me. Hold on. Monster Hunter was on Wii U. Yeah, we were talking the Vita. Like, the big games that made the PSP successful weren't really on the Vita in its short lifespan. Yeah, God of War had a couple of really successful PSP titles. Yeah, Vita just got, like, shitty ports. Google Stadia was the best. Yeah, I miss the Google Stadia, and most of all, I really miss the Ouya. It's a tragedy that we...
Who's that? Enemy sighted. Requesting backup on it.
Bro, he couldn't even see me. I'm so pissed. I genuinely, I was looking straight there. There was no line of sight with him. I got the alert anyway. What do I do with him? Like, what the fuck do I actually do with that guy? I don't have a radar. So I can't, like, just wait until he's looking away. I don't know when he's looking away. Should have just been locked in. Bro, he saw me through the fucking wall.
The texture.
The Killzone spinoff was pretty great. The PSP one? Or was there a Vita one that I don't know about? No, that's not a forced alert. That's an actual alert. Oh, there's a Vita one. Okay. I only know the PSP one. Throw him a grenade? Like a stun? The Killzone... Or, sorry, the PSP Killzone game was not great. I had that one. Well, I didn't have it. I didn't have a PSP. I don't know why I said I had that one. I played that one. My cousin had a PSP that I frequently also played on. He had the Killzone spinoff. But Liberation was the PSP one. I did not like the PSP Killzone game when I played it. Maybe I'm just remembering it being worse than it was. But I didn't think it was very good. Granted, Killzone was never very good. Sorry. Not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. It's just true. I'm not sorry. Halo killer my ass. If they wanted to kill Halo, they would have made a good video game.
Who's there?
I say this while streaming Metal Gear. There's gonna be so many Sony fans in chat. It's dangerous. Hayes was supposed to be a Halo killer too. Yeah, I feel like, call me crazy. Literally none of the games that dubbed themselves Halo killers were very good. It was almost like a red flag. Retro, like looking at it with hindsight, it's like a red flag for games. Because you look back on everything that dubbed itself a Halo killer, they were all shit. It's crazy talking about Halo killers in a day where no one even really remembers Halo as being that great. Well, some people do. I say no one. Most of like the modern casual gaming audience didn't grow up with Halo anymore. So they just, when they think of Halo, they think of like Halo 4, 5, and Infinite. Or Reach, even Reach. I always talk shit about 4, 5, and Infinite, but then I always remember that I have to talk shit about Reach as well, because like everything that started the trend towards Halo 4, or sorry, everything that made Halo 4 like a very disappointing game among Halo fans, all of those trends started in Reach. Like all of the big flaws of Halo 4 were just trends that carried over from Reach.
What about
Which no one wants to hear anymore, but it's true, damn it. I was there. I remember. I remember. It's the equivalent of Souls-like open world instant red flag, unless it's Elden Ring.
Jack,
Unless it's Elden Ring. Of course. But everything else is also like, yeah. I feel like a lot of Souls-likes, like a lot of the big, like heavily marketed Souls-likes just aren't great. There are exceptions, like Neo ended up becoming pretty popular. But for the most part, like, not great. Yeah, Liza P was good. Liza P was really fun. But most of those, like, big, heavily marketed Souls-likes, I feel like always end up being either mid as fuck or just bad. Things like Code Vein. I'm trying to think.
Glad
The Surge.
there's no.
I can picture another one. I think it was by the same people as Neo, but it was more recent, and I feel like I did not hear great things about that one. Remnant's a weird one. I don't put Remnant in the Souls-like category. Like, I kind of get it, but it's just Remnant leans too hard on being a looter shooter, which is so different from what a Souls-like is.
Right.
That I've never really been able to get behind the Souls-like label. I get why it's there. I've just never really personally agreed with it much. Darksiders 3. I've still only ever played the first Darksiders. Like, to this day, I've only played the first one. And I liked it. I've never gotten around to the second or third. Lords of the Fallen was terrible. The first one. The recent one I heard was just eh. I heard it wasn't bad, but it was just like eh. Which is a shame because the art style in the new Lords of the Fallen looked incredible. Like in all the marketing and stuff, it looked so cool. I was very hopeful for that one just because it looked fucking sweet. Anything with a dodge roll and parry is a Souls-like. It's such a diluted descriptor. Yeah, I agree. A lot of people lately, from a game that I'm fairly familiar with, I've streamed it too. So if you've seen me stream it, you can know that this is silly, right? And I feel like this is similar to when people talk about Remnant as being a Souls-like game. A lot of people have been comparing Path of Exile 2's combat to Souls games. Because there's parry mechanics if you're using, like, parry shields, and there's a dodge roll. So everyone is just like, it plays too much like a Souls game. What is this shit? It's literally just that. It's that there are parry shields in the game, and there's a dodge roll mechanic. So everyone just starts complaining about it playing too much like a Souls game. And making those comparisons. It is genuinely, like, it's exactly that. So is Yakuza a Souls game before Souls? Yep. You're goddamn right. Really just action RPG, but quirky. When I think of Souls-like, I think of, like, very slow, heavily stamina-limited, like, melee combat. And I know that there's more than that, but, like, foundationally, that's what I think of when I think of Souls mechanics, is the melee. I think of no animation canceling, typically. Like, very committal combat systems as well. I think of the leveling system, like the currency also being what you use to level. And, like, bonfires. You know, you rest here. And then every time you do rest here, it resets all the enemies. I think of the boss fights, obviously. As well as the run-ups to those boss fights, which, like, Elden Ring kind of did away with now. But I personally feel like the boss runs are just as important as the bosses in the Souls games. But maybe I'm looking at it too specifically. I don't know. Like, when I think of Souls-like, that's what I think of. Like, it has to actually play like a Souls game rather than just have a dodge or a parry. Yeah, the level design plays a really big role for sure. Basically Dark Souls with different textures. Yeah, because that's what like all of the early Souls-like games were too, right? Like Lords of the Fallen is the first really big one that I remember. And that's literally, it's Souls with a different coat of paint, right? It's got some differences that make it its own thing. But it really is Dark Souls. Like when you look at the original Lords of the Fallen, you watch it for a few seconds, you're like, yep. Someone else making Dark Souls. Oh no. Okay, they're gonna...
What's going on? Respond.
The problem is people defining Souls as something way less specific than it is. Yeah.
The situation is normal. All clear.
But yeah, like the Metroidvania elements are there in the early Souls games at least. Again, not so much with like Elden Ring or... From what I played, I didn't really feel that in Dark Souls 3 either, but I just might not have played enough. I feel like From has kind of been trending away from that part of it, but I think of Souls games as having sort of like a Metroidvania type feel to it. Probably mostly because when I think of Souls, I think of Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls primarily. Hello.
Who's there?
No one. I forget the guy up top is awake. No Bloodborne. I just haven't played it because the cowards won't port it. I have a PS4. I just don't want to play it at like 20 FPS. I could absolutely buy it on PS4 and play it, but I don't want to spend like 60 bucks and then play it at 20 FPS the whole way through. So honestly, I'm probably waiting for Shad to really get going at this point, like to the point where it's basically perfect. And then I'll order a physical copy and dump it.
Who's there? What was that? I got it. Send reinforcements.
Shit. Cinematic 20 FPS. Yeah, I just don't want to play it like that. Like, I know that it's... Regardless of how good the game is, it's going to hinder my enjoyment, and I just don't want to play it like that. On April Fool's, some dude retweeted a 2015 IGN article about an upcoming Bloodborne update, and I fell for it. You should know better. Bloodborne is dead. It's never coming back. We all know this by now. We just have to accept it. They are never going to do anything with that IP ever again. It is... With Duskbloods basically also being, I can't believe this isn't Bloodborne. That IP is so fucking dead. Clearly, it's not FromSoft who was the issue. There was the whole, like, he said, she said between FromSoft and Sony over the years, where, like, FromSoft was saying that Sony didn't want to do anything with it, and that was the problem. Sony was saying that FromSoft didn't want to do anything with it, and that was the problem, and they were kind of going back and forth in interviews, blaming each other. But now that FromSoft has made something that is so unbelievably, like, thematically similar and visually similar, like, just artistically and everything, it's like, okay... FromSoft clearly wanted to continue Bloodborne. Clearly.
Right.
$60 FPS mod.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure.
I don't have a system that would be capable of running it at 60 even with the mod. Because I have a base PS4 and that's it. I never bought the Pro. I never bought a PS5. So even with the mod, I can't play it at 60. I could install it, it's just not gonna run at 60. If it can't run at 30 on that thing, it's not gonna run at 60.
Who's that? Who is that?
Oh no.
Enemy sighted. Requesting backup.
Oh, there we go. You could on Shad though. Shad just needs to be further along. I remember when Chol was saying Shad wasn't real. It's because Shad was moving so fast. I genuinely did not believe that it was real. Because every 2 days, it was like, oh yeah, major breakthrough on Shad PS4. The game runs like 10% better now, or this major issue is completely fixed now.
Colonel.
And it just... It was hard to believe that any of it was real. I just didn't believe it. I was like, is this, like, do they have a Kickstarter or a Patreon or something? This has to be a scam, right? Here it's more or less stable. Yeah, I need things like the character creator or like other just small visual things like out in the world to be cleaned up, basically. Because like I could play it at 60 FPS, but with a whole bunch of visual issues that wouldn't be present on the PS4 version. So it's just, at that point, I'm just choosing which downside I want. And I've already waited this long to play the improved version. I can keep waiting. I've waited like 11 years. I can wait a little longer. Not 11, it came out in 2015. I've waited 10 years. I can wait a little longer. I'm not in a rush, clearly. Someday I will finally be able to play perfect Bloodborne as God intended. And it will be beautiful. And I will wait for that day. Until then, I got so many games to be gaming on. Especially because allegedly, that Oblivion remake is shadow dropping in less than a week. So. Sorry, hiccup. I guess we'll see. Speaking of PS4, I whipped out my my package. You guys remember that I said like way back that I had imported a bunch of games like ahead of time that I was going to need in the next year from Japan, like Japan only games that I had to import, like import. I just whipped out one that I'm gonna need relatively soon that I have never even opened the package. Like, I know exactly what it is. I've had it for ages, but I just have not taken it out of the package. And it's sitting behind me on my desk. I can maybe recover this.
It's the enemy. I need help.
No. I was like, just run out. Just run out. I'm close enough, but no. I could grab it. You guys want to do a live unboxing of a cool imported video game? Japan only video game that I'm going to need for the channel, but I was like, I should probably make sure that I know where that is. Grab your package for us. All right, hold on. Hold on just a second. I just randomly remembered that I have this. I can't, what's it? Hold up, like, the package, obviously. Because my address is on it. Oh, am I gonna need scissors? Nope, I just manhandled it open already. Or at least I got a good start. Oh, it's gonna play the intro movie, and the intro movie has the MGS2 theme, And there are some real nasty copyright trolls who have convinced YouTube that they do, in fact, own the rights to the MGS2 theme. There we go. If I just hit that, it doesn't play. Yep, I'm just cavemanning this one open. Wow, there are no theatrics with this one. Damn, really? They didn't send me anything with it? It's a totally empty package. Aside from the game itself, there was nothing additional. I feel like every time I get a physical game copy from like a shop or like I import or something, there's like a little note that's like, hey, thank you. There's something normally. Aside from just the game. But no. This time, nothing like that. You got robbed? I didn't get robbed. I got... Oh, wrong scene. I got exactly what I want. Behold. Behold, chat. I have it. I have it in my hands. I've had this for months. I just never opened it. Look at it. In all its glory. My light is going to blow it out, especially because the case is so brightly colored. An original PS4 version of Ryuga Gotoku Ishin. Behold, in all of its glory. The case is in mint condition. The disc is right there. The manual. The manual is right there. The manual is also in like perfect condition, it looks like. Yeah, that's genuinely like perfect. It has a manual. This is the best part of buying old games. Every time I'm like, I get a manual. I'm so used to PC, I buy everything digital nowadays, right? Give us a sniff of the manual. Hold on. Does it smell like Japan? Mmm. How very foreign. Foreign smelling manual. Who's a manual? Oh man, the disc. There's not a scratch on the disc. Not one. I was like, let me look. This is genuinely in perfect condition. It said so, but normally there's like a scratch or something somewhere, even when they say it's in perfect condition. That is like actually in perfect condition. There is no scuff on this whatsoever. If stuff isn't in near perfect condition, they'll drop the price like crazy. Because over there, they just don't like used stuff. Yeah. Is that fucking Akiyama? They got Akiyama and Ishin. Oh. Hold on. You see him? You see him? I've seen like a lot of the other guys floating around, right? Like I've seen that Mine is in there. I've seen that Ryuji's in there. Sorry, the camera's inverted. Fucking Akiyama's in Ishin? What the fuck? I had never knew that. What was the disc? It's Ishin, an original PS4 version, not the remake, the Japan only release. That's why I was like, I have this. I haven't unboxed it yet from the package. Let me put my thumb in the other side. OG Ishin. It's sweet. I just randomly was like, that package is sitting behind me. You guys want to just open that bitch for the hell of it? I also own so few PS4 games physically, just at all. So that's nice. A new PS4 game for my very, very tiny collection of PS4 games. Let's stick it behind me. For now. Anyway, side tangent over. Back to Big Boss. The game, no one asked, but Tibby mentioned pricing. The game in perfect condition was like 18 USD. And then after like import fees and everything, I think it was like 35, 36 bucks, something like that. Still worth buying a PS4 in 2025. Depends what you want to play. Like if there's a lot of stuff that you want to play on it, then sure. Thanks for showing us your package. Of course. Never mind. I was gonna say... Never mind. I wasn't gonna say anything. If you like JRPGs, I think so. Were there a lot of, like, good ones only on PS4? The PS5 is the best PS4. He's a shill. Don't listen to him. He's a shill. I don't know. What is like the backwards compatibility situation between PS4 and 5? What is that like? It's cool that I have that though.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the
100% compatibility, really. Plays all of them. That's pretty great then, actually. It's like the same thing with Xbox One and Series X, right? Where like they made so few, I guess, like core operating system changes or anything like that, that they could just literally make all of the games playable between them.
Who's there?
Well, all of the old games playable on the new one, rather, but you know what I mean.
Who's there? Enemy sight. Requesting backup.
We're fine. DS has more than reasonable amounts of money. Don't listen to him. Boys, I got my Twitch payout. Here's the thing. I keep forgetting that I'm dual streaming on Twitch. So I keep getting a payment from Twitch every month now that like I'm not even factoring into my income, right? Because like I'm still just not used to dual streaming on it yet. I've been doing it for like 4 months, but to me it feels like I just started doing it again and I kind of forget all the time to like factor Twitch into my finances and everything. So I keep getting these random Twitch payments that I'm not expecting. So I've already like done my budget for the month and everything and planned out all my finances. And then I get this random extra chunk of money and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just invest it. Like what else? I have no need for this month. I could just spend it on something random, but I'd rather invest it if I haven't factored it in. And so I was going to invest my Twitch payment, like just all of it, 100% of it today. Imagine my fury, my rage this morning when I go to invest it after the payment hits my account like last night, my bank account. And it's Good Friday, so the market is closed. I couldn't invest it today. I have to wait until Monday to invest this chunk of money. What am I gonna do, chat? What am I gonna do with all this extra money? It's not that much extra money. You guys have seen the Twitch viewership. It's not much extra money.
Jack,
But it's there, and I was just gonna put it in. Be like, all right, keep the snowball going. Does Twitch pay well? No. Granted, I'm biased because I stream on Twitch, or sorry, because I stream on YouTube primarily. Compared to YouTube, Twitch pays like shit, frankly. But that casino there looks appetizing. What, the one in the like Minneapolis area? The one down in like the south side of Minneapolis? The big one? I don't know why I don't say the name. It's literally like, it's the one casino in the Minneapolis area. It's Mystic Lake Casino. Well, there's one like north of the cities, but it's like an hour or so north of the cities. So it's not really close. Mystic Lake is like, I don't know, 15 minutes from the city, south. That's the casino that I have gone to here when I have gone to the casino, because it's pretty close to the city. There's no reason not to say it. It really, it's like, it's the only casino here. Sounds like an area from some Alan Wake type game. You're not entirely wrong. Yeah, maybe the market will tank on Monday and it will work out. But I don't even try to like time the market. I say it all the time, and I also say every time that I say it on stream that this is not like an original thought or phrase or whatever, but it's just one that I very strongly believe in. Time in the market will always beat out timing the market. Timing. To emphasize. Just being in the market for longer and making smart long-term investments will always beat out trying to gamble on a short-term investment. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. Not financial advice, just a strong personal belief from someone who's been investing for years and is very passionate about personal finance and investing. But I just became aware of a new fund that I wanted to invest in. So I was pretty excited when the Twitch payment hit, because I was like, oh, I don't even have to wait until Monday when I was going to invest anyway. I always put in money every Monday. I put in a fixed amount every week, regardless of random stuff like, you know, Twitch payment that I wasn't expecting. Yeah, I was like, I don't even have to wait until Monday. I can just get in on that new fund right away. Get my foot in the door early. That'll be nice. No, I have to wait until Monday anyway. But I will, I mean, I'll still end up investing more on Monday than I typically do, so it's still nice, but I'm addicted to seeing the number go up. I'm becoming a total fiend for the market. Because, like, at the start, it's really exciting, but it's also really scary. When you first start investing, it's both really exciting and really scary. But then you get used to it and you kind of mellow out and you're like, meh, I'm still new to this. I don't have a big portfolio built up. Like, my portfolio's so small, it doesn't really do much for me just yet. I can recover this, I think. But then, you know, I spent like a few years not really having a very exciting portfolio or anything. But now that I have like years of like compounding and stuff behind it, and it's really starting to move, I'm like, oh, I love this.
Enemy in the area. Increase security level.
Understood. Sending reinforcements to the roof of Strade. Exercise extreme caution.
I'm trying to play this out instead of just resetting it. But I don't know where they're gonna be. Like, positioning wise, I don't know where they're gonna be looking. I've never had this situation before. Fucking bitch, Raiden. Now is not the time.
Attack team, come back at once. Guard team, stay alert.
There was a Mario Kart World Direct. I had no idea that was happening. Well, anyone got exciting bullet points? I mean, it's Mario Kart, right? So, like, it's a little exciting. Like, you know, who doesn't like Mario Kart? But I can't say that I'm particularly thrilled for new Mario Kart. I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's Mario Kart. I'll probably play it. Certainly. 80% of it was stuff we already knew out of like a 15-minute direct. Oh. So it was just kind of a boring one then. Does it look like it's worth $80? Elephant in the room, I know. No one saw this question coming. Does it look like it is worth the price? No, damn it. I could not have possibly predicted that one. But to be fair, there are not many games that I would be like, oh yeah, it's totally worth 80 bucks. Like even PoE 2, I don't know if I would recommend that people buy it for 80 bucks. And I fucking love PoE 2 so far. Even if the current state of the game isn't amazing. Like, yeah, even my favorite games to play in my free time are not necessarily games that I would recommend people pay $80 for. Right? I just fucked up. Every time I start winging it a little bit, I make a big mistake like that, where I forget that that guy's gonna be over there. I'd pay $150 for GTA 6 without blinking? No. No. Even that, I would be like, $150? No. I'll wait for sale. I can wait. I got so much other shit to be playing. I can wait. I'll go replay Diablo 2 or something. I don't know why Diablo 2 came to mind. Just... I would. I can wait. So they're trying to price each game based on how much they think it's worth. I feel like that's kind of weird too. Because like, Donkey Kong is less than 80, right? Just to compare it to the one other like big Switch 2 game so far. And like, is Donkey Kong really worth less than Mario Kart? Donkey Kong Bonanza is 70, yeah. So like, it's...
Good.
Unless that Donkey Kong ends up being like underwhelming, I can't imagine Donkey Kong being worth less than Mario Kart. Looks more worth to me. That's what I'm saying. Like, just from the trailers that we got for both of them, Donkey Kong seems like a much more exciting title. Sales numbers say no. Here's the thing with that, too. I feel like it's almost a matter of how much can we charge for this game, right? Not even so much how much is this game worth based on what it is. It almost does feel like it's more, okay, this is Mario Kart. Everyone's gonna buy Mario Kart. It doesn't matter if it's $80. So we can put it at $80. I went too early. It almost feels a bit more like that in that sense. Because Donkey Kong definitely looks like a much more exciting title on its own merit like that, right? Trust Nintendo Game Studios? I do too. Nintendo makes great games. Which is, I think, why I hate their business decisions so fucking much. Because they make great games. But God, I fucking hate the way they conduct their business so much. I hate it. But like Mario Kart being $80, right? I know it's not a new game,
The texture isn't far removed from rubber,
But-
the material,
$18.
the hat,
$18. Just saying, Nintendo. Unfair comparison. I'm just doing a bit further because someone's gonna think that I'm totally serious. I'm mostly joking. There's some, I guess, fairness to that in terms of older games that have had their price reduced just because they've been out for a while, but they're still great. You could just buy and play those instead. They're cheaper. You might have more fun with them if you're more of a Yakuza fan than a Mario Kart fan, which I certainly am. But like, they're not gonna price Mario Kart 9 based on how much Ryuga Gotoku Ishin costs for the PS4. Not the remake, the PS4 version specifically. That's not what they're considering. Seems like the 3D Mario team. I could see that. My one thing that I don't like with the new Donkey Kong is I don't like Donkey Kong's new design in it. Just me?
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
And I don't even think it's the fur. I think the fur is actually pretty good. I saw some people being like, why is he so furry now? I don't think it's the fur that's hurting it. I think it's the pants. I think the pants are what are throwing me off with the new Donkey Kong look. I think it's the pants. I think Seth Rogen might have ruined this new Donkey Kong design with his fucking pants comment from like a year ago. Fuck! Why does Donkey Kong have pants? I don't know. Laughs and Seth Rogen. He doesn't have pants for the whole game. Well, I don't like his fucking pants. I don't like his pants. You know what I like? Temporary costume. Leon's jacket in Resident Evil 4. He has it for like 30 minutes of the entire game. Good ass jacket though. Looks stylish. Real stylish. You know what I don't like? Donkey Kong's fucking pants. Don't like them. They're dungarees. I don't like his fucking dungarees then. Doesn't matter what they are. I don't like them. I don't think Donkey Kong needs dungarees. I don't. Call me crazy all you want. You can tell Seth Rogen I said it. I don't think he needs pants. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong was great, though. The laugh, when me and my friends went to see the Mario movie in theaters together, we went as a group. Every time that Donkey Kong just straight up laughed, and it was just Seth Rogen's laugh, it killed us. We laughed our asses off every time that he laughed. Because hearing the Seth Rogen laugh come out of Donkey Kong was hilarious. It was so funny. He's not voiced by Seth Rogen in the game. No. Chris Pratt is also not going to be Mario in the future games as far as we know currently. Unfortunately, Charlie Day is not going to be Luigi in the future titles. Unfortunately. As far as we know. True. Charlie Day as Luigi was an amazing cast.
Who's there?
That's one that, like, I think they should get Charlie Day in the games. I think that was perfect.
Who is that? Enemy sight. Requesting backup unit.
Okay, we're fine. I kind of fucked it, but it worked out. My timing was perfect at the start, so I managed. This definitely has to be the hardest stretch of the run, right? Just the whole bomb defusal stretch has to be the most painful. It's purely because of the amount of places where something can go wrong in this run. Or sorry, in this stretch of the run, rather. Like the tanker, pretty controlled environment. A good amount of places where things can go wrong, but only like a third of the opportunities for things to get fucked up as compared to doing the entire bomb disposal in one stretch of perfect gameplay. And then it's going to be so nice when I get to right before Fortune and I drop that save. It's going to be so nice. It's going to be beautiful. Like, bosses will be hard later on, don't get me wrong, but they're not going to be this hard. They're not going to take this many attempts, right? I've done the bosses on Extreme. I know the ones that are trickier for me than others. I know that Fat Man kind of fucked me up. The Rays are just a crazy endurance battle.
What about the...
Solidus really wasn't that bad. He killed me a few times, but he wasn't that bad. Like, I know the bosses that are going to be problems.
Jack.
And having
Jack.
already fought those bosses on Extreme, they're not going to be that bad compared to this. This is the Master Collection on PC. The PC version of Master Collection. Man, once I do this big boss run, having fucking Metal Gear Solid 2 on my Steam profile as like a perfect game, it's gonna be a nice addition to my collection. My bragging rights collection on Steam. This is gonna be a nice looking perfect game on my profile, I have to say. At least for anyone who knows, is gonna be like, fuck. I don't even know what the most impressive perfect game on my profile would be. I feel like I don't have any that are like insanely impressive. Because it's like, yeah, I've got Armored Core 6, but that's not a very hard platinum. Yeah, I've got... I'm trying to even think of what else I have. Crisis Remastered? That was actually a really easy platinum. I did that this year just in my free time. And I did it in like less than a month in my free time. It was like a 10-hour playtime platinum trophy. Or I think it was like 11. I think I have like 11 hours in the game total, and I have the platinum. Because literally the platinum in that game was like, play the game on the hardest difficulty, and then do like one extra thing afterwards, and you've done it. At least that's how it was for me. Crisis is a pretty fun plat. It really wasn't bad. It was very chill. I basically just beat the game and then went back for one more challenge. Because I always played the original Crisis on Delta difficulty anyway. Because if you play smart and actually use the nano suit, Delta isn't actually very difficult. It's the only difficulty in the game where you have to actually use your nano suit like properly to get through it. And even then, you probably don't have to. You could just do maximum armor the whole way through. It's not going to be fun, but you could. Jesus Christ, that was a disaster. Hot take, Crisis 2 is the best one. I don't feel like that's that hot of a take. That was my favorite one. How many loads have you done so far? I have no idea. Ask your mother. Sorry, but that just came out of me. Maybe poor wording. Pause. I was like, that just came out of me. Actually, wait. I just had the overwhelming urge to say, ask your mother. I couldn't fight it hard enough. And then I accidentally doubled down on it while trying to be like, I'm so sorry. If Ninebreaker had achievements, that would be glorious. It probably has like a retro achievements page set up. I would have to imagine. Okay, tepid take. I feel like it's a little spicy, but I also feel like with the Crisis trilogy, I feel like opinions are really varied on them, actually.
It's the enemy.
Whoops. I went a little too fast. Just a little bit too fast. That was my bad. I did not mean to kill that man. That one's on me. That one's entirely on me. Sorry, what I was saying is I feel like you'll find a lot of people who like Crisis 1 is their favorite. You'll find a lot of people who say Warhead is their favorite. You'll find a lot of people who say 2 is my favorite. You'll find a lot of people saying that. I think you'll find the least people saying that 3 was their favorite, but I've heard people say that 3 was their favorite. Ninebreaker doesn't have retro achievements yet. Damn. Someone's got to get on that. Just realized your name isn't Chloe. It's a very common misread. Don't worry about it. Happens to a lot of people. Because, I mean, it really is. It's just one letter off. It's so easy for your brain to do the thing where it just flips them. I haven't played any Crisis games. I wonder if my laptop could run it. The original Crisis? Maybe. Maybe. I read your name is Chloe a million times. Yep. It happens to everyone.
Right.
It's incredibly common. I get it all the time. I've had a few people come into chat and be like, what the fuck is this? I was expecting a hot gamer girl. What is this shit? Who's this man on my screen? Best Far Cry? 3. Well, Blood Dragon. But Blood Dragon is so short. And it's also so different, like, tonally and everything. If we're saying, like, strictly the numbered ones, 3.
Who's there?
If we're talking any of them at all, then Blood Dragon. It's Blood Dragon. Fuck me sideways. God damn it.
Third.
Crisis was really single core heavy. No, other way around. I believe, if I remember right. You aren't a hot gamer girl? I know. I know. It's so much fun with Blood Dragon. It's great. It's great. And yeah, a lot of people do like 4 a lot. I think 4... Well, okay. Rewind. I think Far Cry 3 is the only game in the series that actually had a good story. And even then, I could pick apart some stuff in Far Cry 3 that's like, this is fucking stupid. But like, really, I feel like it's the only one that had a good story.
This is
The
texture is
And then Far Cry 4, like, gameplay-wise, really is Far Cry 3, but they just expanded it. Like, half of the guns in Far Cry 4 are just reused guns from Far Cry 3. Same with, like, a lot of the, you know, like, the melee takedown animations just pulled straight from 3. Far Cry 4 is the only numbered Far Cry game to me that doesn't feel like it's a significant jump up from the previous one. Like, Far Cry 4's gameplay really is just Far Cry 3 with some additions and improvements, which is fine. But I played 3 first, like, before 4 came out. So when 4 did come out, it just left me a little underwhelmed at the time. But I do love... 4 has, like, the best unique weapons in the series. Oh, it was single core. Okay. Never mind then. What about Far Cry 2? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Hear me out.
right.
Hear me out. A lot of these YouTubers are out here pretending that Far Cry 2 is their favorite. This is a joke, by the way. Don't take this seriously. I've played Far Cry 2 to completion like 2 or 3 times. That game is really fucking cool for like 2 hours and then boring as shit for the rest of it. Like, it's really impressive at first, but then you realize that like they just did a few things really well, but even then those things aren't like fun. They're just really technically impressive. So like once you've kind of gotten used to them and you're just like, oh yeah, the fire in this game is awesome, and you've seen the fire enough times, it loses that like wow factor, and then it just becomes kind of boring. You know what I mean? Because the fire was really cool. Everyone talks about this, to be fair, but the malaria pill thing, just randomly getting hit with like a coughing fit from your malaria and needing to take meds to fix it. Cool the first couple times, and then it keeps happening and you're like, okay, I'm kind of over this. You're like, okay, why do I still have malaria? What? Can we just cure me already? This is fucking ridiculous. You played Just Cause? I played Just Cause back in the day. I want to say it was Just Cause 2 on the 360. And I wasn't huge on it, and I never played any of them after it. I would maybe enjoy it more now, but back then when I tried it, I wasn't a big fan. Yeah, guns jamming was novel at the time, but also just when you're mid-fight and your guns are constantly jamming, it gets to a point where you're like, okay, I'm kind of sick of it. It's a lot of shit that's like really cool, but then once you're over it, like once you've kind of gotten past the wow factor, the game isn't very fun outside of being technically impressive. And the atmosphere is great in Far Cry 2. MCC might be coming to Switch 2. That would be pretty sweet. That would be sweet. It's not the best system for that collection. The best system for that collection is Steam. You know why? Or Steam. Is PC. You know why? Because Steam Workshop support, bitches. On the PC version of Master Chief Collection,
Jack,
if I want to check out a cool Halo mod that like a diehard Halo fan poured months of blood, sweat, and tears into just to make, purely out of passion and for the sake of sharing it with the community for free, if I want to play something like that, I go to the workshop, I look at it, I say, that looks fun. I click a button. Steam automatically handles the installation. I boot up the game, I can play it. PC is absolutely the best because it has Steam Workshop. But for console, maybe. Maybe. Halo games in handheld would be kind of neat to have. But the modding scene on Steam is amazing for MCC.
There's no need.
Because, like, everyone has seen Cursed Halo at this point. That's by far, like, the most popular one on the workshop because of YouTube and everything. And, like, mods like that, where someone just puts so much effort into making Halo so much fucking fun. Cursed Halo is just, like, the tip of the iceberg with Halo modding. There are so many awesome, like, custom campaigns. There's one modder out there right now who is literally remaking the entirety of Halo CE in Halo 3's engine. So it's Halo CE's campaign, but with Halo 3's gameplay and visuals and everything. Like art style. It's incredible. There are like campaign rebalance mods that go through and like faithfully not only enhance the sandbox gameplay of what's there, but also like make little additions. Like one that I saw was a rebalance mod, but then it also did tiny little things that are like additions that are perfectly within Bungie's original vision of the game. Like Halo CE's mission where you return to the Covenant's big ship, the Pillar of Autumn. I had to remember, not the Pillar of Autumn. Fuck me. The Truth and Reconciliation. When you return to that and the flood is there and everything, instead of just randomly having like a proto gravemind in that one room, throughout the entire mission, there are slowly like more and more flood biomass buildups that you'll see just through the hallways and the rooms and everything. And then when you get to the proto gravemind room, it is like coated in flood biomass. And there's just little stuff like that where like he went through and rebalanced the gameplay and adjusted the level design and everything just enough to make it feel like it is the way the game always should have been. It doesn't even feel like it's fan-made content at that point, right? Just little touches like that you're like, yeah, this is just a Halo fan doing his best to enhance what's there rather than like add his own spin. I love the Halo modding scene. They're one of the best out there right now, in my opinion. Just because they do so much cool shit like that. I'm still also of the opinion that the Call of Duty Zombies modding scene is the best one out there, for the record. Bethesda games can kiss my ass. The shit that the Zombies guys do, insane. I just saw one for Halo 2 recently that I haven't played yet, but it's called like Halo 2 Uncut. And the guy went through the mod tools and the files and found like all of the unused assets that were originally planned to be in the game, but got cut due to time constraints. Because Halo 2 had its notoriously awful development where it was insanely rushed. And he went through and took all those like unfinished assets and like pieces of cut content and finished them. And then tried to like naturally work them back into the campaign where it seems like Bungie would have intended that to be. Shit like that. Like the modding scene for the Halo games is really, really cool. Really cool. Yeah, the stencil shadows for Halo 2 I've seen. Did you use plutonium? Yeah, we did. Doing private matches in plutonium is a little fucky because you have to force launch a session through the console and then every other player has to also use the console and directly connect to your IP address. So it's a little weird. The thing with World at War is it's not safe to play on stream or on public servers, but if you're just trying to play zombies with a friend, like in a private match, you'll be fine. No one's gonna be fucking with you in that. But for us, like, streaming a private match on Twitch and YouTube, we had to do, like, the extra security shit, right? What about campaign co-op? Same thing. The campaign co-op runs through the same lobby system that the zombies does. So, in both senses, the same thing applies.
Who's there? Who's there? Enemy sighted.
No enemy sighted. Thank you.
What's going on? Respond.
Nothing's going on.
Communications with Strut F have ceased.
Who's there?
Carry out an investigation.
Oh my God. Send reinforcements.
Oh my fucking god, there's no way.
What's going on? Respond.
Oh my fucking god, there's no way.
There's somebody there. The situation is normal. All clear.
Oh, can I not slip through that? I thought that I saw like a new way out. God damn it.
Huh?
I'm just gonna chill for a second.
No sign of the missing man. Nothing
What are your
else.
thoughts on Battletech as a mech guy? I'm not a mech guy. Mech guy is a funny nickname, but I literally only know Armored Core. Like, I've never seen Gundam. I've never played another mech game. I mean, I watched, like, the Michael Bay Transformers movies as a kid. But that's about it. So I'm not familiar with Battletech.
Who's there?
Oh, shit.
Nothing here. Oh. What's that? Who's there? I got him. Send reinforcements. Who's there?
Who the fuck even... I don't know which one of them even spotted me. Whether it was the guy on top or not. God damn it. Peak mech, which feels realistic in a sense. I think Halo 2 is still my favorite ever Halo. I remember the hype when it launched. I don't distinctly remember the hype when Halo 2 launched, but I've seen it all, like, you know, in time capsule. At the time of its release, it was the highest grossing entertainment product on day one of all time. Like, not even just video game, just like it beat out any like film profits on day one, like box office day one, anything like that. Which is an insane like piece of legacy for the Halo franchise. And then Halo 3 said, hold my fucking beer, and broke that record again 3 years later in 2007. You were 2 years old when it came. That's why I'm saying I don't remember it. I know of it, but I said I don't remember it. I remember the first game that I ever pre-ordered. Get this right, chat? Someone in this chat has to know when I say this out loud, right? First game I ever pre-ordered. Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. Mm-hmm. Yep. Someone's gonna know. Oops.
Right.
And if you don't know, the game was shit. The game was really bad.
Enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
And they slapped the Tenkaichi name on it to capitalize off of like BT3 and stuff. It played nothing like those games. The 360 one, yep. The rock, paper, scissors one. Don't tell Tekken players that that game exists. Actually, maybe do tell them. They'll never complain about rock, paper, scissors again. After seeing that, they wouldn't be able to.
Enemy sighted. Requesting back.
First, get
If you aren't familiar with the game and you need any elaboration on that without like looking it up, literally the way the game plays is like you press a button and it will put you into like this slow motion cinematic shot. And it will be like press X, Y, or B on the controller. And if you press X, but your opponent presses Y during that little like 5-second bit, they win the rock, paper, scissors because Y beats X. But if you press B and they press Y, then you win because B beats Y. And if you press B, but they press X, they're gonna win because X beats B. And it's just constant rock, paper, scissors. Like that mini game literally pops up during any interaction. I'm not even bullshitting you. Like you launch a key blast at them, they get the prompt for it. You clash on any melee attack, you both get the prompt for it. You leave close melee range and go out to like key blast range, you get the prompt for it. You go from key blast range into melee range, you get the prompt for it. It literally is every single time anything happens, it's rock, paper, scissors. It is such a bad game. It is genuinely just a rock, paper, scissors mini game anytime anything happens. Like, not even figurative, like, you know, oh, if you do this option select on this move, then you win because it's effectively rock, paper, scissors. No. It is literal rock, paper, scissors, the video game with a Dragon Ball skin on it. It's so bad. It's so bad. Best Dragon Ball Z game? It has to be Budokai Tenkaichi 3 or Raging Blast 2 or Fighters, and I'm gonna get spicy, or Sparking Zero. It has to be one of those. It has to be one of those four. For sure. I would accept Xenoverse 2 as a number 5. No, I wouldn't. I would put Budokai 3 over Xenoverse 2. I would accept Xenoverse 2 as number 6. But Budokai 3 has to be in the top 5. It just is number 5. More options and outcomes. Please just go look at the gameplay. Just look up Ultimate Tenkaichi gameplay. You'll see it. I'm not talking about like option selecting or anything. I'm talking literally the game freezes. Like it stops in time and you both press a button on the controller. There are 3 options and it's literally rock, paper, scissors. Like Y beats X, B beats Y. That's it. I'm not talking like standard option select or like this move beats this move. No. It is a literal rock, paper, scissors mini game that pops up like every 5 seconds. Freezes the gameplay to play rock, paper, scissors constantly. I don't know this name. Chat, how do you pronounce this name? Thank you for the sub. I don't want to make a fool of myself. I don't know this name. Did you ever play Jump Force? I didn't play it, but I've seen it. It looks like one of those games that's incredibly fun for like an hour. Right? It really looks like it would be so much fun for 1, maybe 2 hours.
Who is that?
Maybe.
It's the enemy. Hunt me down.
What's going on?
It's the enemy. Hunt me down.
I'm such a fucking gamer. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, dude. I'm such a fucking gamer. Someone asked me yesterday to list the top 10 fighting games. It said the other day. I don't know why I said yesterday. Or sorry, top 5 even. I can read. It was a very fun discussion. Top 5 fighting games, like... Are we talking, like, the current best 5 on the market out of everything ever put out? Or are we talking, like the impact that they had as a game? It's, like, impossible. Genuinely, like, if I had to list the top 5 out right now, then I could basically just throw you, like, the best out of all the big ones currently. Like, you know, Street Fighter 6 is safely in there somewhere. Tekken 8 is safely... Assuming they fix the shit that they just did to Tekken 8 long term, then Tekken 8 can stay in there. But honestly, bro, those changes might have lost it the top 5, because holy shit. And I'm not even one of those Tekken guys who bitches about every little thing about the game. Like, I actually play the game and enjoy it. And I do minimal bitching. I do a little bit of bitching, but minimal. But those changes genuinely destroyed that game. Like, foundationally, fundamentally, systematically tore that game apart. Just one piece at a time. I can't even fathom how any of that made it to public release. Because what the actual fuck? What happened to Tekken 8? They made big Season 2 changes to, like, try to spice up the game. And they fucked it. They fucked it. Just so much shit that, like, is hard to even imagine how they thought that was a good change. So many changes that are just, like, completely antithetical to Tekken's design. Shit, like just genuinely, it's hard to imagine why they thought that was a good idea. Sort of changes, right? I forgot to put him down. I killed that man. I killed him. You know, if we're talking Marvel versus Capcom, MVC 1, or sorry, no, I do like MVC 1 a lot. MVC 1 is probably my number 2, but MVC 2. Yeah. Yeah, MVC 2, because of course. I definitely don't have time to clear this whole section before I have to go. But we get some practice in. We just try to get more consistent every run. We're doing Metal Gear tomorrow, by the way. So the practice will still be pretty fresh next stream because I'm literally doing it tomorrow. We're doubling up. The 2.0.2 is actually good, is it? I haven't seen anything about it. I've just been playing PoE and side-eyeing Last Epoch in my free time now because that Season 2 that dropped yesterday is apparently really fucking good and has people saying that Last Epoch might be the new best ARPG on the market. And these are like the PoE glazers are the guys saying that. So that's when you know. That's when you know something's special over there now. I might have to re-download Last Epoch and play it some more. Which, like, my warrior that I've been playing on PoE 2, that Warbringer that I've started, is really, like, it's just coming online and feeling really good. So it kind of sucks for Last Epoch to have just now dropped this, but, like, if it really is that good, I have to know. I have to go and experience it. Because it's one of those things where, like, you know, there was a point where suddenly everyone was like, yep, it happened. Path of Exile has surpassed PoE. Or, sorry, Path of Exile has surpassed Diablo 2. And that moment was like, real shit? And then you go and play it and you're like, oh my god, this has surpassed Diablo 2. They were right. And now there's that moment again where everyone is like, yo, Last Epoch just surpassed PoE. And so I'm sitting here right now, I'm like, did it? Did it actually? I have to know. I have to. I have to see with my own eyes. I have to experience this. I have to. How do you view Diablo 3? It's okay. Its modern state is okay. Like the current, if you go play Diablo 3 right now, it is good. It's not better than Diablo 2. In my opinion, it's not better than where Diablo 4 is at right now either. Depending on how OG you are, how it compares to Diablo 1 is kind of a coin toss. But that's just going to be a personal preference thing. Like, I prefer Diablo 1, but it's because over the years I've played a fuck ton of Diablo 1 and I love it. I'm used to it. Diablo 3, for most people, especially if you picked it up nowadays, like for the first time, you would probably like it more than Diablo 1. But Diablo 3, for the first few years, was not it. It was no. Now it's good, but it's like, is it better than the other Diablo games? No. Is it better than Path of Exile 1 or 2? No. Is it better than Last Epoch? No. It's like, it's not that it's bad, it's just like, it's a perfectly fine game, just compared to all of its direct competition. Is Diablo 2 Remaster good? I haven't played it, but I've heard that it's basically perfect. Like, aside from a few small nitpicks that I've heard, which are very small. For the record, they're not like anything major. Yeah, I've heard that Diablo 2, what's it called? I can't remember. The Diablo 2 remaster is apparently great. I've just never bought it because, call me a crazy boomer, I own Diablo 2. And at that time, I was playing other stuff. Like, I was busy. I had my schedule full, so to speak. I was also working when it came out in game dev. So I was like, right now is really not the time. Like, I'm not ready to shell out, what was it, like $50 when it came out? And invest all that time into rerunning Diablo 2. But I do want to play it someday. Eventually, there's gonna be an ARPG drought at some point, surely, and that's when I'm gonna be like, hey, Diablo 2 Remaster. Or, honestly, what might get me to play it is playing it with my girlfriend, because we've been playing Diablo lately, and she has been enjoying Diablo 1 a lot. As someone who has never played like an ARPG ever prior to Diablo 1, she's been really liking that. So we're probably going to play Diablo 2. And then we'll probably play Diablo 3. It just depends how long she enjoys Diablo for, I guess. How much she wants to keep going with it. It really just, it depends. But considering how much she's enjoyed Diablo 1 so far, I can't imagine she's not gonna have a blast with Diablo 2. And if she has a blast with Diablo 2, which surely she will, just based on where we're at right now and me trying to guess, I'm almost 100% she will. We'll probably play 3. Her reaction to that, we'll see. Because depending who you are, Diablo 3 is like the fucking best, or it's like, ew. Even in its current state, some people just really don't like it. Hold on, did I? Okay, I did. I had to check. Resurrected! Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, it is about that time. I gotta go. I got video stuff. I got plans tonight. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, we're doing this. We're doing all sorts of other stuff. So subscribe, follow, whatever, come back. We'll also be doing Ace Combat, Resident Evil, Yakuza. We're doing a bunch of good stuff. So come back for any of it. It's all good. Also, if you enjoyed on the YouTube side, leave a like because algorithm, you know how it goes. If you're looking for links to anything outside of YouTube or Twitch to engage with the community, check out links in the description below on YouTube or on Twitch. They're on the channel page. They're in chat commands. You'll find them. Twitter, Discord server, whatever you're looking for. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you always back here next time. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.